Hello, hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. I am so happy to be here with you today. Why? Because my roses, my Eden climbing rose, is budded up and the blooms are opening, and the garden is just looking spectacular for the great June awakening of my roses. And I also have these annuals that are going to be going into the ground and going to take us into this new month of June. June is the ending of spring and the beginning of summer, which will be real soon. So it's a great time to be in the garden. What I've been thinking about with the garden right now is that this is the time to seed your different things, to put your seeds out. Hi, vintage gardener. Yeah, now is the time to seed things. Things are growing. But then also we can still to harvest things. There are a lot of things that we can harvest right now. Because in my garden I've been able to harvest my herbs and make my teas. It's just been a wonderful thing to be able to drink the fresh teas, the tea leaves, and then also to get my greens and to get the greens inside my system, the chlorophyll, the green juice, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful time to start to harvest and to get it. So the other thing that we're doing is we're seeding things. I have my beautiful greenhouse is here filled with my squash plants and my cabbage and my what else is in there? Cucumbers, and everything is bustling and hustling here on this deck. And I've been getting things out and putting them into the garden. Watermelon. I've already planted my cantaloupe and my watermelon, my patty pan. I was able to sow some patty pan seeds, and they are growing. They germinated from last year. So then I'm going to have to see how they turn out, if they become, if they're true to the seed, to the way they were last year, because I used the seed from the patty pan, and that's what I am planting. Because I actually went to a different stores looking at the burpee seeds to see if they had the winter squash mix and to see if they had the patty pan, and they didn't. So this is a unique one, I think. The white one is unique. So I was happy to sow the seeds, and then when I put it in the soil to see that it did germinate, I am so excited. So I have a lot more seeds, and I may be actually sowing some more of them into place in different parts of the garden to see which part of the garden that they will thrive in. So it is really a wonderful time here in the garden. It just rained here um, about a couple of hours ago, so everything is still wet. And at first I was going to be indoors. I said, no, no, I can't go inside. And especially because I wasn't with you all last week. No, there's so much action going on in this garden. I have to be out here with you all. Great afternoon. Deborah, how are you? And say hello to Vintage Gardener. She's with us as well. And there are a couple of others there with us. And I hope that the others will come on too so that we can have a little discussion. Because this is, for me, here in the Northeast, it is the time of the roses. And it has just been such a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. You know, those people don't appreciate the knockout roses like they should, but my red knockout roses are so beautiful. They are just full and rich and bountiful. Hello to Vintage Gardener. Yes, so rich and bountiful that it makes my side borders look so beautiful. And the red roses are so rich. It's just a wonderful thing, and they're full, and they're disease resistant, and they you don't have to do very much to them. They're self-sufficient. It's just a wonderful thing. Hello, Thelma. How are you, sweet? So good to have you here with us. I know you can't stay for long, but it's so good to have you here with us. Let me put on my glasses so I can actually read and see who are with me. Hi, Deborah. Hello, Sister Catherine. Hello, everyone. I'm well, and my garden is doing well. That's good, Deborah. Good afternoon. Yes, your garden is doing well. That's nice to know. And I am excited about June. June is a month in which we are transitioning from, we will be transitioning from late spring into summer. But yet, the nights tend to be still a little bit cool so that everything gets a reprieve from the daytime when the sun is up. Hello, Sonia. How are you? So good to have you here. Yes. And so I love this because the nights are cool, and especially for my roses. I really don't mind it being cool at night for the roses, and then they get the sun in the daytime, not being too hot either. Maybe like, 75. That's good. Um, because then the blooms will last a little longer. So you are going to be seeing a lot of my videos will be on the roses and the different roses that I have in my garden. And I am excited about my new rose that I just put in my garden called Pinkerbell. Pinkerbell is so beautiful. She reminds me of the Floribundas in that she has so many blooms, but yet her flower is that of a hybrid tea rose. She's supposed to be a hybrid tea rose, but but she's also acting like a Floribunda. She's nice and full and beautiful. And so I'm really, really enjoying my roses as they come out. I made sure that you get to see my Eden climbing rose. Um, she came through because I remember sometime in, I think it was April or late April or May, there was a cold snap. Well, it got a lot of my hydrangeas, and I thought it was going to destroy the roses, but the buds on the roses, that they would experience the late frost, but apparently not. They came through. So I'm excited. But this rose, I'm so excited about this rose too, because it looked like it had an iron deficiency. The leaves started turning chartreuse when they're supposed to be this nice green. And I was like, what is happening to my rose? So seeing it recover and looking so good here just makes me extremely happy. I also have with it Westerland rose that's coming up, and that's an orange. And I thought it wasn't as such a deep orange or salmon color, but hopefully it will be all right. Catherine, my petty pen are germinating. Yay! Yay! Yes, mine are too. Just put my what did you say, Yankee sister? Just put my knockout rose on my front doorstep. I got it last year on clearance for $5. It's so beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. I love the knockout roses. And then I have a pink knockout rose. It's like tucked behind, but I know it's going to grow big. It's behind one of my heritage roses, and it's a little smothered, but I wanted to get a lot of sun and so forth. But yeah, so when you all see those knockout roses, and when they go on sale, do like Thelma did, and make sure that you get it. Get it, get it, get it. Get it on clearance. Yes, and put it on in your garden. I know that Costco had them for Mother's Day for $15, something like that, $14.99, something like that, which is so reasonable. Hello, Rambo. How are you? Yes, God bless. God bless you too. Thank you for visiting with us all the way from the UK. Yes, I know that the roses are blooming over there where you are, and that you all, that you all just finished the Chelsea show, right? Didn't they have the Chelsea show? Yes, we're the gardening where the Queen and others come, and they have the David Austin roses and the David Austin rose selection. Yes. Yay, it's just finished. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so I need to go and do the Chelsea chop. And though, for those of you who don't know what the Chelsea chop is that if you have some perennials that are leggy, you can, and that bloom later on in the season, late summer and so forth, that if you want them to be a little bit more thicker and bushier, or you want to delay some of it, what you do now is you cut it off about midway. So if it's this high, you cut it like halfway and you chop it. And what it will do is that it will then branch out, and you will get flowers later on. So it helps to extend your bloom time. And that's what they call the Chelsea chop. And I did that with one of my flowers at the front there at the top. It's like almost like a daisy flower. And last year it just got so wild. It just grew so big and tall and just smothered everything. So this year I decided that I would give some of them the Chelsea chop, and I chopped it. So I didn't do all of them, but I did a good half of them, so that it will be a little bit lower, and that the flowers and blooms will last a little longer, because those will come a little later in the season. So yeah, so that's what they call the Chelsea chop, and it's good for, like, yeah, doing well, thank you. Yes, I'm glad that you all are greeting one another. Sorry about last week. I got caught up with something that I wasn't able. I was so far away from home, and I wasn't really able to speak with you all. So I'm sorry. That's the first time missing our Wednesdays. I apologize, but you know that my heart was with you all. I was thinking, how can I do this? How can I do this? And I even was going to use do it live from where I was, but it would have been too complicated because I was with other people, and they wouldn't understand. So I I said, well, I'm just going to have to send them a notice and let them know that I will not be with you all last week. So, but I'm glad I'm here today. Yes, I am. I'm here. And I've been looking at hello everyone, Darlene Brown. How are you? Yeah, happy Wednesday. Wednesday is a happy day. Here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, I pulled out my journal. How many of you have been following your journals, your notebooks? And the Garden to Call My Own, the Intentional Garden Journal 2022. This has been such an eye opener for me, because this year I am gardening intentionally. I am not just gardening randomly, but my gardening has purpose, and I can see what I'm doing, and I know what I really want. So when I see it in the garden, it makes me extremely happy, because my garden has been taking on form and shape, and I'm intentionally doing things that I know will enhance my garden. So it's a plan, it's more planned out. Even though I am a spontaneous person, I like spontaneity. However, I do think that it's great when you work from a structure and allow that to guide you. And then you play with it. You play with the plan. So, for the summer garden, what I have been looking at here is in my layout, map out your new space. What will your new garden space look like? I I knew that I wanted to have not an herbal garden this year, but a kitchen garden where I can walk out and get my vegetables and as well as herbs there because the sun shines very well on that side of the house. So I know that my vegetables will flourish. Whereas where I had put them last year, they were in the shade. And because they were in the shade, I did not get the production of vegetables. You know, it didn't produce because of the lack of sun. So this year, I'm a little smarter, a little wiser. And that area over there is the kitchen garden. And I have been harvesting from it. As you know, my salads, those microgreen seeds that I planted from my glasses, from the Dollar Tree, I've been eating the greens and getting in the salad. I also planted my tomatoes over there. So I will be having a large supply of tomatoes. And I put some eggplants, beets, my turnips. Um, when I seeded them, they're growing. My kale, I have kale over there, and a whole lot of other things. And so what I'm going to do is remove those salad greens because they're bolted and they're now flowering. But you know the flowers are so beautiful. There's a little yellow flowers, and I have this other kind of flower that's going on there too. It's purpley, so it's very pretty. So I've decided I'll leave it for now. And later on, I'll let my okra that I have um, in my plant over there. My okra only has two leaves. It doesn't have the real leaves yet. So when the okra plants grow up a little bit more, then I'm going to transplant them into the kitchen garden and put the okra over there where it's sunny and nice. I moved my herbs and mint garden into a shaded area and they are doing much better. Oh, good for you, Deborah. Yes, yeah. I put my herbs in pots. I put the good majority of them are in pots. I put the spearmint in the pot, um, the apple mint, and the other mints that I have there are my orange mint, the candy mint, the ginger mint, they're in pots. And so it's easier to harvest them, I think, because they're off the ground a little bit more too. Um, and they're doing very well. Something on my glass. One second. I think I cleaned it now. Yeah. But it's a lot. So this is the time too for us who are late gardeners. This is the time really for us to sow seeds because our soil is warm now, and when you put them in the ground with some rain coming in on them and watering them in, they will germinate quickly now because the earth is warm. I have to transfer it to my laptop. This phone chatting is crazy. Okay. We'll be here. Hurry up. We need you. Um, and so, yeah, so I have here in my kitchen garden carrots, turnips, beets. My dill is coming up. I did sprinkle some dill in the corner, and the dill is now coming up. String beans, beets, okra, eggplant. My rosemary is there, kale, my tomatoes, cabbage. Now I'm finding that I have planted some cabbage from my gardener friend, and there seems to be something that is bothering the cabbage. So I didn't plant any marigolds yet. Last year I planted marigolds all around them, and that helped to prevent and discourage whatever it was from eating, the slugs from eating on my cabbage. But I didn't do that yet, so they're starting to tamper with them, the cabbage bugs or whatever, slugs. So I have my I have seeded some cabbage, so I might have to start over again with the cabbage. But I do have neem oil and some other oils. Um, I don't know if they're good for cabbage, but I'll have to check. I really don't want to put any pesticides or any kind of things on my vegetables. You know, for some reason, I just want the leaves to stay as organic as possible. Um, so we'll see. Ooh, I'm back. You're delayed a bit, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Um, so that's the kitchen garden. And oh, I planted corn. You should see my corn. I planted the corns here and placed it in the greenhouse. And then they grew and, they're good size. I think I showed you them the last time, not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. And so I planted them out in the garden. And they are growing really big. The aphids are out of control, all on my brassicas. Okay, maybe that's what it is. And even though I sprayed my peach tree, my plum trees, and the apple trees with the dormancy oil, I've noticed that whatever it is, the bugs, that they've found the fresh new growth at the tips of the branches. And so what I've done is I'm going around cutting off the tips because I noticed that they look buggy. I don't want to really spray the neem oil on the fruit because I don't want it to get on the fruit, the peaches, the plums and the peaches. So I've been spraying it with the water hose to kill some of them. But it's not as bad as it was last year. So I may end up getting some fruit. Now, the thing that is discouraging me, people, is my fig tree. My fig tree, I think, experienced the freeze and has not leafed out yet. I have been spraying my plants with neem oil. You have, and it's okay? All right. All right. Well, maybe I'll do that. Thank you, Rambo, for that comment. Before they started fruiting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did before they started fruiting. Yeah, and so I have fruit, but I also see some of the aphids or some kind of bug or whatever. It's like curling up. You could tell that it's in the leaves. Yeah. So of the new growth though. So what I've been doing is going around clipping off at least as far as I could reach of the tips. When it rains, you need to apply again. Oh, okay. I don't want pesticides on my food either. Yeah. Yeah. So, you give and take. But, oh, what I was telling you about my fig tree. My fig tree has not leafed out at all. Neither of them. I have 3 of them in 3 different locations. And I don't know. I think it's died back. So what I'm going to have to do is chop it down and hope that it will grow from the roots, which it has done before in the past. But I was so pleased with it last year. My fig tree was, it was a hit. And this year, nothing, not even one leaf. I don't know. So we'll see what happens later on in the year. But I'm going to have to cut it down. Try orchard spray from Bonnie. It's organic. Okay. Orchard spray. Bonnie. Okay, I will look that up. Thank you, Vintage Gardener, for sharing that information. Yeah. It's designed for edibles. Okay. Good, good, good. So there's a solution. That's why we grow, 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 grow together here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Because together we can solve these gardening issues together. Yes. Learning and growing together. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, my sweetie. Okay. I think it's somewhere. Vintage Garden, you are... What is your name again? Good info, Vintage Gardener. Yes. All right, my summer garden. The cottage cut flower garden. Zinnias, cosmos, daisies, and amaranth. So, please don't give the amazing host... Oh, please. You're not supposed to give me... You mean to give me a thumbs up, right? Anyway, here. I just bought my 3 fig cuttings outside. They are in the shade until they get acclimated to the outside. Well, good for you because what I think I'm going to have to do is cut mine back and because it's in ground. They're in the ground. Yes. Garden highlights and worms. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Sonia. Hello. How are you? No, my bad. That's all right. Okay, um, what will your new garden space look like for the cut summer flower garden? I had written down I wanted the zinnias, cosmos, daisies, and amaranth, and I have all of that. I have my amaranth seeds that grow in here, my cosmos. They're actually I can touch it. Check this out. This is my amaranth right here. So as they get larger, I'm going to transplant them and put them in the garden. And I have my cosmos, and I have I have some zinnias here. But you all, you know what I did last year? I saved my zinnia seeds from the plants. Wow, they are edibles. Yes, I saved my zinnia seed. Yeah, the amaranth is supposed to be edible. We call them Callaloo. Oh, really? That's Callaloo? Oh, okay. So I saved my zinnia seeds from last year, and I sowed them in the garden in different spots. And you know that they germinated? So it's going to be quite amazing to see which ones come up. Yes, yes. So saving seed is a good thing. It's good. So this year, when you are growing and planting things, think about what seeds you're going to want to save. Saving seeds, it works. I saved marigold seeds too, and they are coming up as well. But the thing is, with the marigolds, what I did was I was too anxious. I put the seeds out. Yes, we should save our seeds. Yes, I put the seeds out of the marigold too quickly into the ground, and they have not come up yet. Some of them have, but some of them haven't. The later seeds so patience, patience up here in the Northeast, patience in 6A. Yes, because our soil has to be warm when you are directly sowing the seeds into the ground so that the seeds will germinate. But the zinnia seeds are coming through. I am so excited. But I also, one second, sowed some in a container. And these seeds are from the Dollar Tree. I think these are the zinnia giants. Yeah. And so I have that. But I also have the saved seeds too as well. I am so excited about that. And so the garden planting, so I have two different areas where I am going to be planting a lot of flowers. Of course, in my front garden, and then in the spot back here because we have more sun. We were able to cut a tree down, and with that, it opened up the space so that we have more sunlight back here. And with that, I'll be able to grow more flowers. Um, and it's just a really good thing um, that we were able to get the tree because it was needed to be cut, and we caught it in time before anything could happen. And so now I have a lot of space, more sun. So hopefully my tomatoes and things will grow also back there. But I haven't shown you all yet that section because we're still working on it. But my flower cut garden space is going to be really looking good. Um, and then the front of the house, I put out my peppers. Yay, I'm gonna have peppers. So, the thing is that it's important to observe your yard, your garden, and observe the sun. Where is the sun in your garden? And how does the sun travel? And mine travels from this corner, from the east to the west side. And when I plant, um, and then I have trees too, which is another barrier from blocking the sun. So what are you going to put under the trees? And how much shade do you have? And do the plants love shade? And determining how you're going to garden. It's so important to observe your spaces. And then I put in the zucchinis, and I planted. It's amazing. I planted zucchinis in the front where I planted them last year, where I got a lot of zucchini, and they are big. They're already growing really big, the plants. Then I planted some over there by the cut garden area, and they are so much more smaller and looking very sickly. I don't know. I'm gonna have to move them from there. And then I planted some where I have the peppers, and they're about medium size. So really exploring that. I think I'm glad that I did that, because now I know exactly what is the best spot for my zucchini when I plant the zucchini, which vegetables like shade. Well, for you in California, tomatoes, Miss Catherine, I'm learning more about companion plants to make most of the space. That's good. I want to plant my tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and do more flower pots. But then it rained and became cool outside. Yeah, yeah. The weather has been very, very strange. Brassicas. Thank you for answering, Sonia. Yeah, Sonia, the brassicas like cabbage, like broccoli. Um, what else? uh, those types, the broccoli, the carrot, the cabbage, the like kale, some of the things like that. They don't like they don't like the heat. That's why they're the plants that you sow in the winter, that you can sow not in the winter, but in the cool weather crops, they don't necessarily like the heat. Like for example, turnips and what else? Uh, radish, radish bolts. When they bolt, it's because it's too hot. They think it's time to flower. So if you provide them with some shade, or put them in the shade, they will appreciate it. Yeah, right, Rambo? Am I right? Yeah. So. Yeah, so how are you all doing? All my spinach and broccoli bolted from the hot days. Yes, like spinach and yeah, because the bolt they bolt easy in the sun. Yes, yes, yes. So how are you all doing? How are your gardens doing? Come on, talk to me and share. Um, are you enjoying your spring flowers and your spring vegetables and things? What's going on in your garden? And if you have any questions, put it out there in the chat too. Because if I can't answer it, there's someone on the chat that will be able to answer it. Someone like a Rambo, Raymond, who's experienced, yes, and Vintage Gardener. They will be able to help out with your questions. So don't be afraid. Now, my question is this. I'm loving the color. My callas have bloomed. Really? Your callas have bloomed already? Mine are starting to leaf out. Mine is starting to leaf out, but they're far from blooming. But that's nice to know. Um, my fig tree, I'm doing okay. My watermelon is doing good. Hot pepper is coming. Great onions are running away with it. Oh, that's good. That's good. So your climate is a little bit more fairer, warmer than ours here in the Northeast. Um, because I just put out my watermelon starts and put them in the ground, and so they're still babies, but I did put them out so that they can start it. And the watermelon that does well for me is the sugar babies. The sugar babies have enough growing time, um, to be able to fruit. My spring flowers were amazing. My flowers filled in a lot from last year. Wow, that's good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Flowers flowers are growing amazing. You too, Rambo? That's great. So, garden highlights and says, I have a hydrangeas in a container and it had its first winter this year. I'm not sure if it's dead or still dormant. Well, hydrangeas take a while. Actually, the it should leaf out by now, or start to leaf out. And if you had a cold frost, then it may have killed your blooms. But the roots, it will still, depending on which hydrangea. Now, if it's a mop head, the it will shoot out new stems, but but it probably will not have any flowers on it. That will be for next year's growth, if it's the mop head type of hydrangea, because that's what happened to me. I had my hydrangeas were going to be beautiful. Mop head, okay. My hydrangeas were beautiful. I saw all these blooms on it. We had a cold frost come through, and it killed half of the blooms. And so I saw it. I said, "Oh my goodness, no, no, no!" Hello, G Mama Grows. How are you? But I see new growth coming up. So you should have some new growth coming up, and you may not have any flowers with it. Mop heads are a little more tricky, especially if you're in the colder climates. Now, let me go back and see what you all are getting so yummy and excited about. That one, I want to plant one plant only to see how they do. Okay, wait. I have flowers that bloom. Wait a moment. So Sonia said, I have flowers that bloomed, but I didn't label them, so I don't know what they are. See? Next time, put them in your journal and label them. But that's okay. You'll still enjoy them. That, what I have planted one plant only to see how they do. Yes, I stepped away and snacked on some sugar peas in the garden. I've been eating on them for a month. Wow, that's wonderful, Deborah. Yes, I love the sugar babies. I'm growing baby corn so I have enough time. Me too. Sounds yummy, Deborah. That's what Sonia says. And G Mama says, hello, Miss Catherine. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello, everyone. So glad you made it. Christopher L. Yamir L. Hey, hey, how are you? Christopher, hello. My hydrangeas are about 20 years old. Wow. Yeah, mine are too. But they're thick. Come, some years they don't. There are no leaves, but there are buds. Okay. Well, keep us informed and let us know if you get any flowers. Kale are coming. The soil from seed. Can't wait to show you guys soon. My plans are big this year. Let's grow, grow, grow together. Yes, we want to see them. They are, Sonia. I mix it with the lettuce from my garden. Deborah, you're eating really healthy. I did not check my phone. I don't know what happened. Cassie, bless and welcome. Cassie's came on. Hi, Cassie. How are you? Wow, 20 years. How are you, Cassie? The time is flying. Oh, yes. I've already got a warning. Um, but yes, this is hello to June. Hello, June. And for me in my garden, it's the time of the roses. So get ready for many rose videos from Catherine's Garden and Home. I've already started. And so if you have not clicked on any of my videos, go back and watch them because it's showing you the stages of my my roses from bud, and I'm going to show you all the way to full bloom. And you don't want to miss it because each stage is so beautiful. And my husband, he's so sweet. He went and he got me some annuals to plant out, which I'm going to put in different parts of the garden. I'm so excited about that. And it just seems like this is my color scheme for summer. And actually, this is the colors of my roses. Yep. Yeah, I have a white rose. I have a salmony color rose. I have, I don't have purple, that deep purple, but I have the different colors there of, uh, that you see there in the garden. And of course, pinks. The salmon and a kind of pinky rose um, is the color of my roses. And I could actually show you some. Now, when I hold it up, is it blurry on your end? Let me know so that I won't move around. Yes, 20 years. I bought them in remembrance of my husband. Oh, that's so sweet. They're beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I love the petunias, and they look really healthy. They look very, very healthy. So I will be getting them in the ground. I mean, yes. Um, so let me see if I can show you some of the roses. Yes, a little blurry. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So because I wanted to show you. Oh well. So I need to keep still. So that my phone, I need to update. Anyway, let me just show you real quick. Maybe you can see. Do you see that rose? That's the pink. That's the um, Cornelia rose. She's about to bloom in. And all of my little seedlings and things that are growing here. Yeah. But anyway, I will definitely update you with what's happening on the videos. I'm going to sign off and come back in. Oh, don't worry. We're going to end soon because my battery is about to go anyway, too. So, but I'm glad to meet with you all and be with you all. And my David Austin rose, I am so excited that it's doing okay in the pot, that it's actually leafed out, and I'm looking forward to it blooming. Right now, it has about 5 or 6 blooms. So that means that I'm going to have flower this year, which is exciting. And it's the, what is it called again? Olivia Austin Rose. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Sonia. You said my, both of you commenting on my garden. You have a beautiful garden. Thank you, Cassie. And Sonia says, your garden is amazing, Catherine. Thank you, Sonia. And I don't do it by myself. I can't take full credit for it by myself. My husband has caught the bug. hmm He actually loves the garden more than me, I think. He's out there working it more than me. I enjoy being with you all. I must go now. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Thelma. We're going to be leaving soon too, but let's sing the song. Yeah, thank your husband too. I will. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's. Oh, that's so great, Catherine. Thank you. Garden highlights and worms. Yeah, but he's camera shy, so he won't be coming on the camera. But everybody, look at those beautiful petunias, and also the color of the is that beautiful, of the impatiens. So you know that impatiens are shade lovers. They love the shade, and they love a lot of water. They love to be watered regularly, and they're an annual. And the petunias are sun lovers. They love the sun. Yeah, and so I'm going to really fill up the garden with color. So we will have a lot of color this year, and starting with the roses. So, as I said, if you haven't subscribed to Catherine's Garden and Home, which I know you all have, but if any that are listening or will watch the replay, I'm inviting you to subscribe to Catherine's Garden and Home and follow my journey for this year as we do intentional gardening. Yes, following through with my my journal that I created, and it's on Amazon. You can still use it; it's still handy, and it's called A Garden to Call My Own, the Intentional Garden Journal. And it's just a way of organizing yourself. You could use a notebook too, but being intentional about it so that you can have a really good garden experience this year. And I think that really helped us with the gardening because I knew that I wanted to get compost. I knew that I wanted to cut trees. I knew that I had these different things to do. And I was able to plan it out and see my dreams come true, see it coming to pass. And thank you, Sonia. Thank you. Keep it up. Thank you. You are so generous. That's why you're a blessed person. You're a blessed woman because you are generous. Thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart. You make me very happy. And also, like I have calla lilies. My calla lilies are starting to shoot up, and all of the other things is shooting up, and so it is wonderful. And I'm not certain. Yes, thank you. I'm not certain about the elephant ear. I noticed that only one has started to show some sign of growth. I'm hoping that the others will now that it's getting better. I always start off intentional, but I get distracted when I go to the garden center. Don't we all? But I found garden highlights and worms that since I've written it down in the book and I said, this is what I truly want, that I've actually been I've been better. I've been a little bit more restrained in my buying when I go to the garden center. Because, like the garden center to us is like gardening heaven. You're going and you see all of the beautiful plants and you want all of that stuff. But because I've written it down and I said, this is what I want, I'm being intentional, that I'm not as easily distracted. And then when I come home, sometimes I say, oh, I should have bought that. Maybe I should have been a little spontaneous there. But then I realized, well, no, I didn't really put it in my book, so it's okay. Oh, G Mama Grows, she said, I just germinated some dahlias from seeds. Wow! Congratulations! That's amazing. I know it can be done, but I was trying to save my dahlia seeds, you know, like I did my zinnias, but I really didn't have a lot of success with that. So congratulations that you were able to do that. I'm proud of you. Yay. Whew. But anyway, before this phone decides to cut off on us, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who have come and spent time with me today here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And continue to grow, grow, grow. Thanks, dear dwarf, for my pots. Excellent, excellent. Continue to sow your seeds, to plan and put things together, and enjoy your garden. With all of getting things together, make sure that you sit and you smell the roses. Yeah, when I was walking by my garden, this cornelia rose that I showed you, It is so perfumey. The fragrance of it just makes my heart sing. And so, if you have flowers, scented flowers, also smell the roses, smell the herbs, smell the different flowers in your garden, those that are fragrant, and enjoy it. Close your eyes and take in the scent of your garden. Yeah, and especially on the hot days, you're going to start to, that's going to be another way of experiencing your garden, because the warmth and the fragrance is going to fill your garden space. Remember my lilacs that I had? That's what I experienced with the lilacs last month. And this month, I'm experiencing it with the roses already, with the roses. And then next month, there'll be something else that I'll be able to smell in the garden. My basil. I'm planting basil. I love the smell of basil in the, in my food and just smelling it. The garden, the smell of the garden this time of year is awesome, especially early morning. Yes, garden highlights and wins. I agree. What types of flowers have loud scents? Well, as I said, roses do, lilacs, peonies are supposed to. Um, what else? Well, then of course your herbs. You have your sage, lavender, the smell of lavender if you have enough of that. Um, you have the mints. You have to crush it. You have to crush it. But bergamot or bee balm, when you step on it, it has a strong, pungent smell. It's really you know that it's bergamot. It's bee balm. Basil, that's in the vegetables with the herbs and vegetables. What else? Flowers. Let's see. Um, that's something to study. Maybe next time I will research that for you, Cassie. Um, Fragrance, flowers that hold fragrance, and we'll share that next week. That's a good question. That is a really good question. And you know that shrubs also, there are some shrubs that have fragrance, as I said with the lilacs, but I'm sure that there are other shrubs that have fragrance as well. But that's something to think about. Yeah, so smell is so important. We are used to, you're welcome, you're welcome. We're used to, um, oh, sweet alyssum. Alyssum has a scent as well. Alyssum has a scent, fragrance, and lily of the valley, that is fragrant too. You know what they make with the perfumes, the perfumeries, hmm those fragrance. Yeah. Hyacinths, yes, hyacinths also are fragrant. They're very strong. Oh, lilies, lilies. Yeah, my Casablanca lilies. That's gonna light up the neighborhood. Yes, in the summertime, lilies. Your lilies are fragrant as well. Like when you go to the garden, when you go to the florist, and you hello, Cherie, how are you? Yes, you know that, and you walk into the florist shop, and there they have the lilies, and it's like they knock you out. Yes. So lilies are fragrant as well. Um, but anyway, really, thank you all so much for joining me. Uh, Cherie, Muffin, how are you? How are you? How are you? Um, Thank you so much for joining us today. And Ruffin. Oh, Ruffin. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if my phone dies, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to say thank you. You've made my day. And as I said, continue to, if you haven't subscribed, blessings, everyone. Yeah, let's all say good evening and greet one another before my phone gives out. Yes. But you know what? It's almost been an hour here. already. Isn't that amazing? The time is flying by. Wow. I thought I just began. My tablet is at it again with the typos. Okay, that's all right, honey. That's all right. Still continue to join us. We can translate. Glad to be with you. Peace and blessings. So glad that you came and joined us and gave that input. That's what it's all about because we want to grow together and enjoy one another and share the excitement of the garden. And please watch my videos, watch them, and leave a comment and like it as well, so that I can continue this. Yes, and get a little AdSense as well. Watch the yes, so that we can continue to garden because it's fun and it's an enjoyable thing, and I enjoy the process. And I thank you all so much for your time, and thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for everything. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm so glad that you're leaving um, this gathering with more information, that you're a little bit more inspired, that you're a little bit more informed, that you gain some more knowledge and an understanding so that you can apply it in your garden. I'm excited about that. And I just want to make sure that we have joy, 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 joy as we grow, 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 grow together. Yeah, with all of the things that are happening in the world, we've got to create the positive, and the garden definitely gives us that. It helps to soothe the soul. Yeah, so I hope your soul was soothed. There are lots to learn in the garden. Yes, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay when things fail. You just try anew. It's about that's really a growth mindset. When you are willing to learn um, from your mistakes or learn from things that don't work out. Try another way. It helps to keep you fresh and alert and loving life. Yay! Yay! It stimulates the senses. Yay! And keeps us excited about life. So thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be sharing information. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section down below, and also that way we can address it during this time. Yeah, because I want to also meet your needs, your gardening needs, and answer your questions. But I'm going to do some more research. Oops, my phone is about to go. Did you see that? Well, bye. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Thanks, Catherine. Have a great night. You too. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Uh-huh. Have a wonderful day. See you all. Enjoy your week and watch my videos and hit the like button and enjoy your week, the rest of it. This is going to be a great June. Yes, get ready. I just feel it inside of me that we're all going to prosper and be happy. Have a great week.